Are you struggling with golden items in D4? Well, you can always throw your wallet against the wall. Use my code for a discount. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel once again. So today we are gonna have a look at the eternal question, and that is Grandfather versus Polearm, especially for the Whirlwind build, because, well, Whirlwind is the flavor of the month, really. Everybody plays it, everybody loves it, and it is kind of the best build, right? It's the fastest for pit farming 101s or even higher. It's the best for hell tides. You can just, turn your brain off, even close your eyes and just, have your Whirlwind press, and it will kill the maiden event on its own, and everything really without even losing fury, etc. So it is the best build. So let's have a look at what is the best weapon for this build. I will set a timer. We will do, let's say, 40 seconds fight with Grandfather and then with Polearm. Now, actually, my Polearm build will be kinda in disadvantage. Now I have over damage while berserking because I'm using Ire in my build, which I am not using when I have Polearm, right? And it should be 300 for the cap, even with my Whirlwind build using Executioner. But unfortunately, I don't have max rolls on my damage while berserking tempers, which is what is needed, right, to really min-max. So we are actually even gonna be losing the extra damage from the Blood Rage node, right? I will have a look. I will show you the whole gear layer so that you can see what I am playing exactly right now, because it is kind of random gear I found on the ground, really. And it's not even fully masterwork. So, like, the potential of this build is way, way, way higher than what I have. So, let's start the timer. And let's go. Okay, so we are seeing around 200 million. 300. It's a little hard to see amongst all the numbers. But yeah, around 300 million right now with the Grandfather, going a bit over 300 when we have our ultimate up, 400 million there. And we are almost at the end, 35 seconds and 40. So we got to 400 million from what I could see on the dummies as the highest damage over time. Okay, so now, and I'll do this live, right, so that you can see that I'm not doing any shenanigans to, like, virtually, like, artificially increase the damage of the polearms or decrease it, in favor of one build or another. So let me just do this. So we get polearms. Before I forget, we need the Paragon board and use Executioner. There it is, instead of Ire. So as I told you, as you can see, we are missing 20 damage while berserking for the Blood Rage node. Now we need to move our aspects. So we are gonna be using Devilish here. And here we actually need elements. So let's go with elements, baby. Oh, I'm almost out of gold. Good thing I got at least enough for this video, and to change the aspects would be kinda sad if I didn't have that. Okay, it's set to Polearm. Good. And yeah, let's do the exact same thing. So let's start the timer and let's pump. So we are already seeing 700 million. This was like in 3 seconds. So 700 million damage over time effect. That is already almost double of what Grandfather did. It's absolutely insane. 800, 900, almost 1 billion. 1 billion damage over time effect with Whirlwind and Polearm. 1 damn billion, or it was like 950 million. Okay, so as you can see, we're like, and it's over. Even like the leftover damage over time, you can see, is way, way higher than Grandfather, right? And we reached almost 1 billion. And now to show you my gear. Okay, so my Shaco, Tyrrell Smite, my gloves. A lot of the gear is what I use from my Flay. right? So it's like not that bad. But yeah, I'm missing some like masterworks, definitely. I'm missing tempers, and like the weapons that I'm using right now are some random weapons I found on the ground. So yeah, as you can see, nothing perfect. Nothing perfect. I got some nice crit strike damage masterworks there, so I'm really glad for that. But yeah, just a casual build, you could say. You know, like this is like movement speed and crit strike chance GA amulet. Like I just had some random amulet like this in the stash. No one even wanted to buy this for 100 mil. And so I just, you know, put heavy handed there, and this is it. This is like what we got, right? So absolute insanity. And now I will explain why the difference is so huge and why grandfather is just a huge bait and you should avoid using it if you're going for bleeds. Okay, like if you're going for just pure direct damage like bash, for example, with no bleeds or anything whatsoever, right, then sure, like grandfather has its uses, but not for bleeds, and especially not for berserk ripping. Now berserk ripping turns our direct damage while berserking into bleed, but it only works with the base damage dealt. So that means that crit strike damage does not affect that at all. Like at all. You could say it's a dead stat, right, for berserk ripping. So that's already a huge loss. And so if it's only base damage, so it's things like the blue numbers, as you can see from our dust devils, for example, and of course even the damage from our arrears bearing ancients, like this also works for the berserk ripping itself. So that's why I'm playing it, because it's some extra sweet damage, and plus there's the cooldown reduction, so that I can have the damage increase from Call of the Ancients up at more times, right? So if we look at our most important aspect, which is Dust Devils, on the two-hander, it deals 9,600 damage, right? But it would be 25% less if we had it, or as we had it previously on the amulet. We also had to move Devilish from our amulet to our one-hander. So again, we lost the 25% increase, right? Or 50% increase, actually 50% increase by putting it around one-hander. And we lost the aspect of elements, which is in general 15% X to our damage, right? And on top of all of that, we also lost the insane stats that the Polearm gives us, right? Like the vulnerable, which is double dipping for our hemorrhage, you know, and the dust devil size, you know, all of that is just so much more worth than just increasing your crit strike damage, which kind of does nothing, right? Because for berserk ripping, you only care about the base damage, and yeah, just grandfather is just bad. For that, grandfather is just bad. So definitely, if you are using Whirlwind berserk ripping builds, any kind of variation, do not, I repeat, do not play grandfather. Also, polearms give us extra damage, if you can see here, when we are healthy by 15% X, and thanks to the executioner glyph, it's another 10% X. So this is 25% non-stop multiplicative damage, right? So yeah, grandfather never really had a chance in the first place. So I hope this video helped you out, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. You will really make me happy. More than 85% of all the viewers are not subscribed to the channel. So, you know, don't miss the videos. And yeah, if you support the channel, I will love you forever. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Ciao.